It's Moolah Monday, helpful information for you to use at home in your banking.
That's right, and we're here with Beverly Boling, who's the CEO, and we're going to talk a little bit today about fraud because International Fraud Awareness Week is next week. We got to start talking about this because everybody's going to be shopping online. You got to be worried about your debit card, credit card. How is Horizon Credit Union protecting us?
We do lots of behind-the-scenes protection, and I'll give you a little bit of idea about what goes on. We have a company, and it's called a neural network. So every time you swipe your card and every time you use your card, it is looking to create habits for you and things that you do where you are. So if you go to the grocery store and you use your card and you go there all the time, and that's a safe transaction. Let's say you go someplace a little bit different. That's odd for you. Maybe you go to a vape store or you go to a liquor store, and that's a little bit out of your realm. Then it'll score a little bit higher, and that'll put your card on alert.
Okay.
So then, if your card is used in Texas, then they're dialing you, and they're calling your number, and they're not going to ask you your card number. They're not going to ask you any personal information. What they're going to say to you is, do you have your card in your possession? And from there they will say, did you use your card in Texas? And you'll say, no, I didn't. And they're going to say, there's a problem. We're going to turn your card off to stop because you're compromised. And what the biggest problem is the phone number they call from is an odd 800 phone number.
I usually don't answer those.
If you're like me, you're looking and
telemarketer.
Yeah, and you're saying, I'm not answering that. But oh my gosh, if you did answer it, you could stop it right in the process. They do turn your card off, so they leave you a nice voicemail and they're saying, please call back because we've turned your card off and we need to talk about your card, and so you need to do that because the biggest thing is to try to stop the fraud in the process, because once they have your number, things may look innocent. There may be $10 charges before they wipe you out, and then what we see a lot is once one strange charge goes through, then they go back and they'll go to the ATM and get as many transactions until they just shut the card down. So they're actively watching on those, and it's not like it's scoring you as far as your habits. It's just scoring that card to try to keep it safe.
Interesting. That's good to know because right now, I've been shopping online at different websites that I've never used before, and then as soon as I did, I thought, oh my goodness, what have I done? I'm worried, but I'm not worried because I know you guys have my back.
Yeah, and a piece of advice that I would offer everyone is, your debit card is tied to your checking account. And if you're going to be shopping online, I would use a credit card.
Okay.
And you say, well, why? Because that charge just goes to an account, and it's not going to take everything out of your checking account, so that you have just sort of a buffer between your checking account where you wouldn't be somewhere and be totally out of money.
That makes complete sense. It really does.
And at Horizon Credit Union, I'll just throw a little plug in there.
Throw a big plug in.
Throw a big plug. At Horizon Credit Union, we've got a gold credit card that offers 1 point for every dollar spent. And so, a lot of people use that credit card to gain the points. We have one or two couples who they rent their condos every summer at the beach with their points. So then we also have cards that, you say, well, I don't want a credit card because my credit's really bad. We have cards that we can start you on the path of gaining your credit back through these credit cards. Because if you have a national credit card, a Visa, MasterCard, Discover, if you have one of those major credit cards and you actively use that card correctly, you don't have late payments and you pay on it, and you don't charge it to the limit. If you just use it, then that usually adds about 100 points to your credit score.
Boom.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
Well, we've raised a lot of questions, so people need to call you.
they do.
And find
I'm
out
available.
more about this. She is. I called her twice last week. So there's the information for locations, and you can go online as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.